boss. This beef ain't mental. Me and bro in a bus down rental. Pissed to the ride out unsuccessful. Wasted trip from Central. Should've invoiced my man.
Yo, what is happening, everyone? We're on the way to King's Gym. Obviously, we're aiming for a big push session today. It's going to be a chest dominant push day. This is essentially my first video because last video was just a montage, but if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's out now. But yeah, basically in this video, I'm going to be telling you about my approach to training and how I train. So this is going to include all the exercises I do, my sets, my reps, how I execute the exercises, the intensity, all of that stuff as a teenager. So yeah, we're on the way now. And yeah, it's gonna be
for so long, I'm clear about the path I was on. I was breathless, my heart restless. Every turn felt like it was wrong, but I kept going to show I was strong. Pushing to my own song, but you came, you made me see the weight I put on me.
So the first exercise we have in today's push session is a cable pec fly. So the first thing I want to talk about is where you select your exercises and where you put the exercise in the session. So I put a cable pec fly in first because it allows me to fully isolate that chest, pump blood into the muscle, and essentially just get that mind muscle connection between your brain and the pecs to prepare it for the push session about to happen and the load that's going to be put on your chest. Right, second of all, this is one of my favourite machines at King's. It's the flat chest press. So yeah, I'm just warming up here. This is my first set. So the way I like to place my sets is my first set will include a warm-up set, not until failure, just probably about RP 7 or 8 and with about 2 reps in reserve. And then my sets 2 and 3, so I only do 3 sets. My sets 2 and 3 will be until absolute failure. And when I say failure, I don't mean when your muscles start hurting. No, that's just lactic acid. I'm talking high intensity until your body cannot even lift that that weight anymore. And as you see, Jamie will support me on the last couple reps if it's needed. This will just allow your muscle to fully grow and allow the most muscle damage to occur. So the previous set was my second set. That set I like to have a slightly lighter weight than the top set, but still going to failure. So I think I got about 9 or 10 reps there. On this set, I got 8 reps, I'm pretty sure. But the last 2 were with support of Jamie. So that, again, that's the absolute failure I'm talking about. And yeah, that's just the intensity we like to work at. That's how you're going to grow. The most amount of muscle damage is going to grow from the last few reps when you literally can't push anymore. Coming back to that point on muscle damage, essentially when we train, our main aim is to achieve the most amount of muscle damage as possible. Another way this can be done is through the eccentric phase of the movement. So we know from research that the longer we stay in this part of the movement, the eccentric phase, the more muscle damage is going to occur. So it makes sense to stay in this position as long as possible. The next exercise, the third exercise, is dumbbell lat raises. Again, training till failure. This is pretty self-explanatory, but personally, on my push sessions, I like to focus on my mid delts rather than my front delts because we know that when we're doing a lot of pressing movements for our chest, the front delts are going to be activated a lot. So I think having big mid delts makes your body look much wider and it gives you that 3D look. So I think if you're trying to build on your shoulders, focus on the mid delts the most. So this exercise is decline chest press. And I want to talk to you about progression in the gym and progressive overload and how to maximize this. So I've only just started logbooking, but it's already really helping because I think it's hard for you to know that you're progressing without writing it down and remembering, because in the previous session, I got this exercise for 3 plates for 6 reps. And in this session, I got it for 3 plates and a 5 and for 5 reps. I went for the 6, but I failed. But again, I think it's important to remember that when you're touching new weights, your body's going to react to the stimulus and want to grow new tissue to allow you to progress. And obviously logbooking and tracking your progress in the gym is going to help to maximize progressive overload and maximize the benefits and gains you're going to get out of the gym. So this next exercise is a shoulder press. I started off doing it this way because I thought it would be more comfortable, but it really wasn't. So I switched back round, and again, we train to failure. We work hard on this exercise. As you can see, I grinded this last rep. You'll see it in a minute. But yeah, I want to talk about how training to failure is not for everyone, by the way. I don't want to emphasize this and you go into the gym and train to failure when you don't want to, because not everyone wants to go to get absolutely massive. I know a lot of you do, and that's why I'm making this video, but a lot of you don't. So by that way, you can just have fun at the end of the day. You want to have fun and enjoy your training to manage to stay consistent while making gains. So if you want to, you got to find a balance between what you enjoy and what's going to benefit you the most. So the last exercise of today's session is a tricep extension. I'm not going to talk too much in this because it's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, I want to talk about volume because I don't do much volume on my triceps because I feel like my triceps are quite developed. So you've got to adapt your own training to what you think you need to grow. If you need to grow your triceps, do more volume in your triceps. Do 2 exercises at the end of the session. But yeah, do what you need to do to make your body adapt and grow.
Thanks for watching that video. I hope you got an insight of how I train as a teenager and my approach to training. I hope you got an insight of how our intensity, because we always like to go into a failure every set. I'm going to talk. You would have heard me talking over the video of how I train and the stuff I do. So I hope you lot can take some information from that. Let me know in the comments what you want to hear, what you want to see, anything I can improve on. Obviously, it's only my second video, so there's going to be improvements that need to be made. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and peace.
Sure, your head small.